mouth of the gator clings to her calf like skin that won't be sloughed. Mud flecking the floorboards, the dingy sheets. The whole shack is probably crawling with fleas and lice. Blanche bends closer to make out the knot. Another few seconds and she'll have it undone. Her lungs fill, stretching rib cage, skin, corset, bodice, as she croons again, "T'aimes Frau du chagrin." The cracks come so hard Blanche takes them for thunder. The hot sky must have finally exploded, forking its blades into the eaves of the 8 Mile house. Oh, she shouldn't have been singing, she thinks with a superstitious shiver. She's brought on a storm. Guess. Is that the start of a question from Jenny? Or just a gasp? The candle's out, and it's so dark here in the hinterlands. Wait, Blanche tells Jenny, lurching to her feet with her right boot still on. A sulphurous tang on the air. She's never known a thunderstorm to smell like that. Fireworks? But what is there to celebrate on the 14th of September? Outside, the dogs of San Miguel Station bark in furious chorus. What can blow out a candle, knock it over, spatter its burning wax? Is that what's running down her jaw? John! That's Ellen McNamara in the back room bawling for her husband. A thump. Something falling near Blanche. Has the little washstand toppled off the bureau? John! Blanche's right cheek is dripping as if with scalding tears, but she's not crying. She swabs it and something bites. Some monstrous skeeter? No, not an insect. Something sharp. Merde! I've been cut, she cries through the stifling dark. No answer from Jenny. Behind the thin bedroom wall, in the saloon, a door bangs. McNamara, only half audible, and his wife and the children, shrieking too high for Blanche to make out the words. She's staggering now, the boards crunch under her bare sole. Glass. That must be what's cut her cheek. The lightnings shattered the window and made a hole in the blind, so a murky moonlight is leaking in. Blanche pants in outrage. Will those dogs ever shut up so she can hear herself think? She squints across the bedroom. Jenny? Kicking shards off her foot, Blanche clambers onto the bed. But Jenny's no longer there. She couldn't have got past Blanche without opening the door, could she? The sheets are sodden to the touch. What can have wet them? Blanche's eyes adjust to the faint radiance. Something on the floor, between bed and wall, puddled in the corner. Moving. But not the way a person moves. Arms bent wrong. Nightshirt rucked obscenely. Skinny legs daubed with blood. And wearing a carnival version of a familiar face. Jenny. Blanche recoils. A second. Another. She forces her hand down to ward, to feel, to know for sure at least. But the geyser spurt against her fingers sends her howling back to the other side of the bed. She clings to the foul sheets. Light smashes in the doorway from the saloon, McNamara with a lamp. Miss Blanche, are you shot, or what? She blinks down at herself. Scarlet, all over. Not quite a month ago, at the House of Mirrors in San Francisco's Chinatown. From the piano, the soft opening chords of a waltz. In the very center of the little stage, rising like the stigma of a flower. Blanche. All in white tonight, true to her stage name. She begins very slow and stately, as chaste as any ingenue in her first role. That's the trick of the skirt dance. With delicacy, with wonder, as if she's only just discovering the sleek waterfall of white satin spilling from her waist to her toes. Blanche circles the platform. She enfolds herself in the glossy material, 44 feet around, lingers in its caress. She makes sure to act as if she hasn't noticed the men in the tight rows of crimson velvet chairs, as if they aren't even there. The grand saloon is already packed early on this Saturday evening.